Welcome to Endless 4x4 and the Victorian High Country Alpine Hut Exploration Series. This is episode 5. In previous episodes we made our way up past Craig's Hut, up to Bluff Hut and Lovick's Hut before we had to change direction down Brooks Road because of raging rivers. But in this episode we find ourselves breaking camp and heading through some beautiful countryside. We head up Nobs Track and onto Son of a Bitch Track, where we find ourselves in a little bit of a sticky situation.
Morning, Sunday, day 3, and had a much better sleep last night because I got to stay warm. Always helps. We are at Brooks Road Campground. We came in here yesterday evening because change of plans, and we were getting to about 4 o'clock, and it was time to find somewhere to bunker down. Didn't want to set up camp in the night in dark, and we got in here about 4:30, 4:15, and had enough light to set up properly. So that's, I'm not sure which river this is actually. I'll get back to you on that one, but it's been flowing all night, and as you can see, quite strong. Just watch my footing here. We have set up camp over there. Nice grassy flat, very comfortable. Wasn't too much traffic coming through last night, and it's not dusty. It's a wet road, so there was no dust, so that's fine. We had some neighbours over there set up, and they're hunters, and you can see all their little furry friends over there. Maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. About 20 of them, close to 15, 20 of them, just sitting there watching me as I'm talking to you guys. And they were relatively well behaved. A bit of barking earlier on, but in the evening, but they settled down. And so yeah, this is us. So a bit wet underfoot, but it's what do you expect? It's been raining all weekend. It was drizzling all night last night. Morning. So we have literally just left camp, and we are heading on back up Brooks Road a tiny bit to Clear Creek Track, and that's what this creek that I showed you a bit earlier was. It's Clear Creek, and that's it right there. Not sure if you got that anyway. From Clear Creek we go down Nobs Track, and then we go on to Son of a Bitch Track. So just a little update, it's not Clear Creek Track, it's called Nobs Track, and it's what takes us to Son of a Bitch Track. So that's what the sign showed there at Brooks Road. Not sure what the HEMA's doing, they need a bit of an update. But yeah, this is Nobs off Brooks.
So as I said there in video, this is Nobs Track. It's pretty much straightforward, good condition. You can see pretty much a road even, but further on it starts taking a bit of elevation.
Nice quiet little campground in there.
Oh yeah, that would have been nice.
Hindsight is a wonderful thing. Nothing like getting straight into it, hey?
It's the perfect Sunday morning drive.
Spot on.
As always, the camera does not give justice to the angle of the track. This definitely was a nice drive up.
We've already gained about 200 metres in elevation.
And then once we get to the top of this steep section, we encounter a couple of nice switchbacks and make our way up to a clearing up the top.
It's a hard right switchback up here.
So we've continued along Nobs Track until we get to Son of a Bitch Track, which you can see here I nearly overshot. Anyway, hard right hand turn onto Son of a Bitch Track and off we go. Now I haven't driven these tracks before, so it's all new territory for us. As you can see, Son of a Bitch Track at the starting point area here does seem to be fairly overgrown, and we do encounter a decent challenge up ahead, but it was a fun track. So at this point, as we make this left-hand turn, the track conditions deteriorate. We get steeper, rockier, slipperier, and it becomes just that bit more fun. Slowly make our way up over the rockier conditions, but as we get to this point here, I encounter a bit of a step that we just need to make a bit of a plan on how we're going to get up it. Decided just to test it out, give it a bit of a go on the first go, but nothing. Too slippery. Tried to take it a bit further right on this second go, and still just getting no traction. You'll see the step's actually a decent step. So then we decided to get out, have a look, make a plan, discuss what we're going to do.
Yeah, hit a little obstacle here. See a bit of a step there, close to a metre. I've popped that log in there. I probably might need to move it, but it's very soft in there. What we're thinking of doing is getting my front end, my left hand wheels along this line here, and then my right hand will be just to the right of this log there and that really soft stuff, but try and at least get me up in the not as steep section, so it's not as much of a step. We'll see how that goes. Alrighty.
So two things here. One, I should have asked Michael to move his car back a bit to give me a bit more of a run up so I could get a better shot at it. And two, told Michael to move out of the way because I was scared if I gave it a good hit that I would have actually and hesitated as a result of him standing there.
Go hard lock a little bit more and go there.
And now here with the camber of the track leaning down in towards the hole there, you'll see I get my front up as I give it a good shot, but the back end just pops right into that hole. So we hadn't realised yet, but I had done some panel damage to the where the side step is, but we decided that at this point we are going to winch because there's just no way I was going to get that front end up there on its own.
Okay, so we are on Son of a Bitch track, and I think we discovered why they call it Son of a Bitch. There's a spot here, it's very red and soft. Michael's gone to get the tree protector, and we are going to hook up to a tree up ahead there. I've got the top end up, and now we just need to pull the back end up because it's sitting right in that hole. Now I don't know. Okay. Quite a long track, this one. So that is where we are at the moment. Right there. We came off Nobs Track, and yeah, we've done this section of Son of a Bitch track, and we've got all that. It looks like a couple of tops there, and then downhill. Downhill, it's about 1,000 metres there. Keep going and we join up here. we were going to go up there, but let's see what time it is.
I may have failed to use the winch enough there, but I think that was just a male thing of not being able to do two things at once, and smoked it up a bit more than what I really would have liked to have. But we got there in the end.
Your front right nose went into the wall. Stop. You're at the top of that first step.
Yeah.
I think you did panel damage. Yeah, your front wheel's at the top of that. You might be able to come back a tiny bit. Bit more. Yep. And if you want to try and send it again. It's in a hole and you're not getting traction. Yeah. You might have even been sitting on your side step a tiny bit on the rock slider. So yeah, because this hole here, it's just slosh, and you're getting absolutely no grip. So now, yep. You're right. Oh, there's a log there, yeah. Go forward. Do you want me to try and move it? Yeah. See whether I can. Well, you want your mud flaps, don't you? Alright. Now hold on. It's that big one that was over here. Yep. It's across the track, but I think you can go back at least.
Kind of stuck to the left side of the track, you know.
I know, you might be.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me get out of the way so I don't get splattered.
Yep.
Because I can see a spray coming on. Yep. Keep going, keep down, right.
You're going to slide into the hole.
Yeah. Well, your rear's in that hole already down the bottom.
Yeah. Might be safe for windshield.
I'm just going to slide into stuck sideways.
Well, if you left hand down, you may cause some panel or rear end damage in the wall because it's so slippery. I mean, if you want to try and go back a tiny bit, but okay, all right. All right, Michael's had a go. He is now winching. The back right corner's like
I'll just pull right across them.
right. Right. It touched it softly. Okay, first front up the first step. Nicely done. Yeah, I think you gave your car a bit of character there.
Oh yeah.
That was so soft though.
Yeah.
And then the mud flaps survived, and then the front
Oh, the
corner.
mud flap's still on.
Yeah. It bent 90 degrees, but it's still on. And then when you first went in,
Push it in a little bit there.
yeah, gives it character. Yeah, your indicator.
I might have already pushed that in. Because I know there was already something pushed in. No, that was already pushed in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a normal amount.
So that was a bit of fun. First time Michael had to recover himself with his winch. So from there we kept heading down Son of a Bitch Track and joined up with Low Saddle Road for some lunch at the junction there.
Alrighty, we've just had some lunch and we are at the junction of Son of a Bitch Track and Low Saddle Road. So we're gonna head up Low Saddle Road, and that gets us to Bull Plain Road, where we will hang a right and come back south again and join up with Grime Creek Track. And that heads a bit north a bit too, and then a bit east and around and joins up with Blue Plain Spur Track, and that will take us down to the bottom of Butcher Country Track, where we reckon that we'll camp for the night. I don't think we're going to be able to get any further than that. So let's keep moving. Looks like part of the track's a river.
I think this point would be a good time to end this episode. Don't forget to like, subscribe and leave a comment. All your feedback is appreciated. Let's now check out what is coming up in the 6th and final episode of the Victorian High Country Alpine Hut Exploration Series. Still plenty of action to be seen. In episode 6 we go up some slippery slopes. We also come down some slippery slopes. Attempt a flooded river. And then have to head back up some of those slippery slopes. Don't forget to like, subscribe and leave a comment. All helps our channel grow, and we like hearing back from you as well. So look forward to seeing you guys in the next episode. Cheers.